you know the story of Beauty and the Beast, the beautiful girl, the cursed prince, the enchanted castle? Well, throw that fairy tale away, because you've only heard half the story. The real curse wasn't just on the prince. It was waiting, dormant, hidden in the one place Belle felt safest, the library. It all started on a quiet, rainy afternoon. Belle, as usual, was lost among the towering shelves of the Beast's magnificent library. She loved the smell of old paper and leather-bound books. But this time, a strange book called to her. It wasn't like the others. It was bound in dark, cracked leather with no title, and a single, eerie silver clasp held it shut. Curiosity, as it often does, got the better of her. She unfastened the clasp, and the book fell open to a page that seemed to glow with a faint, sickly green light. The text was in a language she'd never seen before, but somehow she could read it. It wasn't a story. It was a pact, a dark bargain made centuries ago. The curse on the Beast was just a side effect, a symptom of a much deeper, more sinister magic. The book revealed that the enchantment wasn't just about finding true love to break the spell. No, it was about a trade, a soul for a soul. To free the prince, another had to take his place, bound not to a castle, but to the book itself. As Belle read those words, a cold dread washed over her. The silver clasp on the book fastened itself with an audible click. She was trapped. The ink on the page began to swirl and shift, forming her name, Belle. She had unwittingly signed the pact just by reading it. The library, once her sanctuary, now felt like a cage. The shadows in the corners seemed to lengthen and twist into menacing shapes. The Beast, sensing her distress, came rushing in. He saw the book in her hands, the terror in her eyes, and he knew this was the true nature of his curse, the part he'd been too ashamed and terrified to ever tell her. It wasn't just his life on the line. It was the life of anyone who dared to love him. The curse demanded a sacrifice, and Belle had just volunteered. Now, the race against time wasn't just about a falling rose petal. It was a battle against the dark magic of the book itself, which was slowly pulling Belle's essence into its pages. The enchanted objects of the castle Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, they weren't just servants. They were the spirits of others who had tried and failed to break the curse before, their souls now bound to the castle. They watched with sorrowful, knowing eyes as Belle began to fade. To save her, the Beast had to do the unthinkable. He had to find a way to destroy the indestructible book. Their quest took them deep into the forbidden, forgotten corners of the castle, to a chamber where the original sorceress had practiced her dark arts. There, they discovered the terrible truth. The book could only be destroyed by an act of true selflessness, a sacrifice not of love, but of life itself. The climax wasn't a fight with Gaston on the castle roof. It was a heart-wrenching choice. As the final petal was about to fall, the Beast held the book, ready to impale it and himself with an enchanted dagger, the only object that could harm it. He was prepared to give up his life not just to become human, but to save Belle from an eternity as a prisoner of the page. But Belle wouldn't let him. In a final, desperate act, she snatched the dagger and plunged it into the book's heart, her own hand still gripping the blade. A blinding light erupted, throwing them both back. When they awoke, the book was gone, reduced to ash. The curse was broken. The Beast was human again, and the castle's servants were freed. But the price was steep. A scar of silver, shaped like the bug's clasp, was now permanently etched onto Belle's hand, a constant reminder of the darkness they faced and the true meaning of sacrifice. They found their happily ever after, but it was one forged in shadow and sacrifice, a story far more twisted than the fairy tale you were told. What do you think of this version? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love diving into the dark side of your favorite stories, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more twisted tales. Thanks for watching.